Data helps us show that what we're doing works with our youth. We collect feedback from our youth. We track reductions in violence within the communities that we're working in. And we like to monitor their mental health and like emotional states of being while working with us. Having this type of data allows us to build on our programming and introduce more strategies and techniques, wellness techniques into our work that we know that the kids will take well to. So it allows us just to grow our program in a more organic but authentic way to the different demographics that we're working with in different cities. We actually collect our data from a number of sources. So one source we use were veterans and the programming that they have around veterans that experience PTSD and the different programs that they have set up for these veterans and how paintball specifically is extremely effective when it comes to resensitizing them to their environments again. We also collect data from the citywide, nationwide basketball leagues that take place during the summer for high-risk youth.
AAU.
The AAU leagues and how the turnouts that the kids have for that, but also the violence reduction that comes from having those type of leagues in place and on a consistent basis.
So because the direct usage of paintball with and for Black and brown high risk youth has been so sparse, that I can literally, I mean, I have all the data that's available on the gang leaders across the country, and I would say maybe 5 to 7 cities, well before us, years before us, that have attempted to use paintball, and it's always been shut down. And then, right, these are, like I said, these were attempts that happened years ago, and then 2022, 2023, I just really started kind of beating up the phones and reaching out to people that I can get in connection with that made these original community-based attempts to find the real data on whether or not it actually reduced gang and gun violence. And the answers, the data always proved that it did. Oftentimes and historically, um, prior to this very new age of everyone having access to this level of information, oftentimes important imperative information was withheld from our underserved communities, and that's what created these gaps. And so now I think it's important to, because the information is available, find it. And when you do find it, right, pair it with other sources so that you're not just being fed the one source that we've historically always been fed from. I think it's okay to ask where within this is the cultural competence. So I think that question needs to be present in all forms of information being received, whether it's an article on local gun violence increases, reduction, mental health, etc. Be critical of that information, and if its intentions, like you said, are to help or harm our communities.